And so in this next match, it's Phil Carranza playing Tony Castro. They are both A category players, so it's an even game, race to 3. And he's made one on the break. Having a quick look at the table. I've got a bit of a problem down there with the 2-ball. May have to try and get some sort of a breakout going. Quite an ambitious shot. Nice use of some spin, but unfortunately the kiss on the 8, I think it's the 8, isn't it? Drove him into the side pocket, so scratch. Tony can come to the table with ball in hand. And it doesn't look like it goes into the bottom left, so he could be playing a bank in the bottom right or just a hook. And it looks like it's just a hook. So there's no way to get to this on the left side rail. You may have to go all the way up table to that short rail and then back down. Is there a little piece of the right hand short rail he can hit? He seems to be looking in that direction. Yeah, swerve onto the rail, some sort of masse. Wow, that's a toughie, especially in the middle of the table. It's a big lad, Phil. But I think he's considering another option. Playing with spin, 2 rails across. Oh, and he made a good hit, but it was a bit unfortunate to scratch. Yeah, there's a route in which he could have potted that. So advantage to Tony. His safety shot paid off. Nicely shaped for the 3. But that's not as intended. I'll be disappointed with that one. Then cut potentially. Oh, he's played the hook. Very nice. And a good hit. But I think he's going to dress this up over the side pocket, so advantage swings back to Phil. Makes the 3 in the side. Nice shape. Stop shot on the 4. He's got a slight angle on the 5 here now. Play 2 rails, I think. Oh, he's just pushed forward 1 rail. It's a bit straighter than I thought. It's a nice angle here if you can just make this down the rail. Looking good. It doesn't want to be straight. Yeah, he's got a slight angle. He could get into that long rail and then off again. For a 9 in the top right hand corner pocket and a 1-0 lead to Phil Carranza. There we go, folks. That's 1-0 to Phil. So, whilst he's racking the balls, I can tell you that this venue, On Cue Billiards, is actually going to play host to the West Coast Tour coming soon. It's going to be a $4,000 added tournament, and it will be attracting players from far and wide, I'm sure. So please stay tuned. We're hoping to get some of those matches here on the channel. With a break, back 2. And because we're not using the template, just using the triangle, it's hard to get the ball super tight, so you get a lot of dry breaks. And he's hooked on the one, so he's going to be playing a push out here. So yeah, just pushing down to where the one can't be made, but he could find himself in a spot of bother here because Phil's going to be able to either play, I think, thin edge off the lower side of that one and get the cue ball down here towards this cluster of balls. Oh, he played it thin off the other side. Not sure if he's got the cover. I think Tony can definitely see the right-hand side of the yellow as we look at it. But not sure he's got enough to make the pot, so could be playing safe here. Yeah, he only had the thin edge there. If he'd have caught it a little thicker, it would have bounced out and gone behind the 6. And the cue ball might have travelled slightly over towards the 5. But suffice it to say, he's done none of those two things. And this is an almost straight shot, just off straight into that top right. Tony can play this with follow. Looks like he's got a bit of right-hand spin on there. Yeah, he did have. And at the pace he played it, these are slightly tighter tables. These there are 4 tables that are close to the bar here in On Cue Billiards, and they are the ones preferred by the money players and the better players. So those are smaller pockets. I think there might be 4. Certainly, they're smaller than the main tables. I think the main tables might be 4 3/4. I think these might be 4 1/4. I'll get a lowdown on that in a minute. I'll ask Clyde. He's sat behind me. Well, he's not at the moment, so I'll find out off him a bit later and let you guys know. He's done the length of the table bank in the corner there while I wasn't looking. I think it was slightly behind his body, so played a few banks like that against me. Oh dear. Slight inaccuracy there. He's got his shape on the 3, but it's unlike him to miss something so straightforward. So what's he looking at here? Is he banking it? Yeah, he played the bank, drew back for the shape. And he could find himself in a spot of bother here. It's a very simple shot to just push the 2 beyond the 4. Cue ball hard up against the 4. Locked up in jail. Yeah, that was always going to happen. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to get the 2 right over the pocket because it would have been a straightforward kick to knock it in. Yeah, he's made a nice kick there. They managed to get some separation as well. There is a cut. He's looking at the path there. Can he get this cue ball between the 7 and the 9? Come round this bottom angle in the left-hand corner. There's another hook. Has it rolled out? Because if he can hit the very furthest on the left, that 4 ball, he could probably combo the 6 in. I'm not sure if they're wired. If he can get past the 5, he might be doing that. Oh, it's a bit of swerving Irving coming. He didn't like that at the first look. But to be honest, I can't see a lot of options. He could swerve onto the rail. You don't need as much swerve then, but he might be massing trying to directly and make the combo. Yeah, he miscued it. Tough shot, that one. Oh, nasty, nasty, nasty. But I think he can just get to the long rail and hit it that way. Of course, 3 foul rule is in operation here, so 3 fouls consecutively has lost a game. Yeah, and that was the second foul. The only condition or proviso is that you must notify your opponent once he's coming to the table after if he's on 2 fouls and you've played the 3rd snooker. As he comes to the table, you must say to him, "You're on 2 fouls." If you fail to declare it, even if he plays a 3rd foul, you don't get to win the game. He's looking at a 3-ball combination to put the 9 in. 2 onto the 7, 7 onto the 9. That would be game straight away. So that might be easier than trying to lay a snooker and get Tony to miss it. Because, of course, you can lay the snooker, but there's no guarantee that you're going to get a foul out of it. So this looks makeable. They're pretty close together. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Very, very nice indeed. Phil goes to a 2-0 lead to making that early 9-ball. So he's on the hill already. Tony's got a bit to do. He's got to start winning racks to get himself back into this game. So here we go. Notice where he puts the cue ball there. Similar to the corner of the break box. Give him a good old crack, but nothing's down, and the 1 is dressed up over the side pocket. So he could make this. And then the cue ball will roll down towards the short rail, then the right-hand long rail, and then come back towards the 2-ball. Just like that. Looking good. Now the 3 is tied up with the 4 at the moment. He's just looking to see, does the 3 knock the 4 onto the 9 and in? That would be handy, but I'm not sure it does. Well, he's going to be playing something here. He's got an angle on this 3, so he can try and squeeze it. There's a bit of a gap between the 3 and the 4 as well. I'd say it's about a 1/3 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, maybe slightly less. It looks to me as though he'd have to cut the 3 very, very, very thin and to get the 4 to hit the 9 in such a way as he'd knock it in. Oh yeah, so he didn't catch it that thin. He missed it entirely. Hit it off the rail. He's coming round to dress up for Phil. It's slightly close to the rail. He may have to play this with left-hand spin to try and get the cue ball into the 4. Or he could just avoid the 4 and just play across and get the combo. Yeah. Yeah, that's the shot to play, I think. Just roll the 3 in, get to the long side of the 4 ball, and just push the 9 in with it. Oh, he's too thin, would you believe? So Tony's got his chance now. He's really got to start doing something before it's too late. And I think this is the opportunity. Thin off the 3. Cue ball back towards where it is now. Obviously, he'd like to get a bit closer to the 4 than that. But this is an opportunity. He's not in line though. He's off angle, so it's always easier when you're right behind the shot and you can see what you're doing. But there you go. He's made the 9. Cue ball safe, so he's off the mark, off and running. Tony Castro now 1. Phil 2. So rack 4 coming up. It'll be Tony to break. Yeah, so that's tournament I mentioned. Whilst he's getting ready, he's on May 18th and 19th and it's the Lucasi West Coast Tour. More details to follow. But let's see what Tony does with this break first. Good old crack. Oh, that was close. 7-ball had a good look in the side. But he's hooked him, so it's got to be a push out here. So while he's weighing that up, I'll tell you a few details. It's 9-ball, double elimination. The World 9-ball Tour rules, so they use the WNT break box. That's a box in the center of the kitchen where they've got to put the cue ball to break. And the 9 is racked on the spot. So it's the cut break that the pros have been mastering on the TV. And pros, 720 plus Fargos will race to 9. Semi-pros, 650 plus, they'll be racing to 8. 651 plus, I should say. Veterans, that's the category that you find me in. 551 plus, they race to 7. And then amateurs, below 551, they race to 6. So, to be honest, it's not a big handicap. If I was playing a pro, I'd want more than 2 rack start, race to, I've got a race to 6, he'd be racing to, sorry, I raced to 7, he'd race to 9. Anyway, we'll think about that. It's $100 entry. There's $4,000 added. Nice shot there. He's played a carom, knocked the 3 in. It's $100 entry, plus $40 membership, or $25 one-time membership. So you need to become a member of the tour in order to enter it. And there's a second chance tournament with $1,000 added. The 6s and 7s. So that's the veterans and the amateurs. So, interesting. So he misses the 1. He's got some separation between the balls. Nothing straightforward for Phil. Caught that a little bit thick. The balls are staying together, but he's got a little bit of a roll there. Poked Tony behind the 8-ball. Not sure what he's weighing up here. You trying to bank the 1? Yeah, he was trying to bank it in the corner. And it looks like he's got safe, not a bad leave. Tony's having a look there. 1 won't go, I don't think, past the 2. You could try and send the 1 around and get the 2 tucked in behind the 5. It's not easy. Maybe try and get the 1 in, the cue ball in behind the 2 even. So, what's he playing here? Yeah, just a kind of a containing safety, and he's hit it too hard, it's come out. He's got sight of it. It's not a nice shot into the side pocket. But if you catch it right, the pocket will take it. Dig it down a bit. There you go, you see. So he was straight in, but just a bit too pacey. I think he could have deflected, if he'd have aimed it slightly further to the right, it may have just dropped. But always tricky at that pace into the side pockets. And he's trying to roll up behind the 8. Looks like he's may have got it. Well, it could be a little swerve, or perhaps just a jump over the edge of the 8. Yeah, I think he's a little swerve. Yeah, there we, oh no, it's a big old swerve. Look at this. Yeah, that was a tough shot the way he played it. Obviously needed quite a lot of swerve on to get his cue so highly elevated. But that full masse, I found it to be one of the hardest shots on the table. So with a ball in hand, he should really be able to place this cue ball wherever he wants it. He could just roll the one in, fall forward, and have shape on the 2 down by the 9. Just got to get forward past the 5 ball. He's going to have to play from the 4 to from the 2 to the 4, however, so he needs enough angle. And that is not a great angle. He may be able to draw and avoid kissing the 9 ball. More of a stun draw to get the cue ball to go straight up the table. Yeah, he's done well. He's going to get hooked behind the 8 though. Yeah, that was a big 8 ball. I think, has he drifted past it? I'm trying to read his body language. Looks like he's got it. Yeah, he has. I think so. Where's the cue ball? Ooh, very close. But that's actually done him a favour. Cue ball nicely in the table. Just avoid the kiss on the 9. Yeah, that was always going to be the problem there. The natural tangent line took him into the 9. He didn't do a lot to avoid it, but he can maybe try and stun the cue ball here and just leave him behind the 9. He's rolling. He's playing a rolling cue ball. Oh no, he stunned it. He dipped his tip at the last minute. He was addressing it high up. Nice shot. Very nice. Got him locked up tight. The only thing they say about these is you want to try and keep the object ball away from a cushion. Just that location where it is, there's quite a big target. If you can hit that short rail close to the 3 from either side, you've got a good chance of hitting it. So yeah, the ball slightly more in the table is always better for extracting the foul. But he's going to have to play off a few rails here. The way I'm looking at this, is he going to just put a lot of left-hand spin and try and come 2 rails? Yeah, possibly. Alternately, you come down here, you hit the short rail, and you come 2 rails that way. I fancy this better. Yeah, look at that. Nice shot. Yeah, real good. Yeah, it didn't get a lot of separation though, and these are lined up, so Tony may get this. It's got a very short, feathery cue action. Lots and lots of feathers. And he obviously gets a nice feel. He's got quite a long bridge, you'll see there. He doesn't get fully down. Just working up his rhythm. And when it clicks, believe me, he's a great player. Not the most orthodox in the world. And here we go. 8 to 9. And this to tie up the match and give us a hill decider. Come on, Tony. That's what the crowd want to see. Very nice. So it's 2 each. Tied game. And we have a decider, folks. Okay, so back on the bike now, folks. I was just having a bit of a conversation with one of the regulars here, Tad Thurman. He's one of my colleagues in the BCA 10-ball league. We're talking about the Lucasi West Coast Tour that's coming in soon. We're both very excited about it. So Phil was a bit unhappy there, raising his hands. Looks like he's left a window. Although that's not great from Tony, but I think he's got it safe at the first glance. But there's a one pocket shot, the corner pocket bank in the bottom left corner. Cue ball can be played with a little bit of stun and a bit of left, get it straight up towards the 5. I just rolled it, but that's a nice shot, very nice. It just didn't quite have the shape. The way I was suggesting playing it, the cue ball would have tracked directly towards the 5, but this way, I don't know if he's going to play another bank. He tried to cut it at an acute angle, so he's dogged it. He's set him up. Tony's got a chance. I think you'd play this with a trace of right hand side to get the cue ball just off one rail. And that's it to the middle of the table. That's very nice. Play across, hit the right hand side long rail. So you're playing off 2 rails effectively. No, he's just floated to the middle of the table. And that's the thing, you see, if he'd have played it off 2 rails, he'd have been guaranteed to get over that correct side of the table. Now he's very thin on this. It's going to be tough to hold for the 8. It's going to be going all over the place. The cue ball running wild. So yeah, that's the thing when he's hit it too thick. And I think when he looks back on that, he may realise that playing the hold shot sometimes isn't the best idea, because you're sort of restricting your stroke and not letting the cue go through, and it's easier to decel, which is decelerate as you push the cue through, and that's, I think, what he did. Hence the cue ball just didn't travel and left himself off angle on that. So here's Phil. Big 7 coming up. Nice. Goes to the rail, gives him a nice angle on the 8. And now it's just composure. He's pointing his tip where he wants the cue ball, but I wouldn't be playing the cue ball that close to the side pocket, I'll tell you. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, it's sort of like cued across it, maybe had a bit of spin on, and yeah, it was not a nice stroke. So the question is, does the 8 pass the 9? If it does, if it goes in the corner, it's a simple out. If it doesn't, he's going to have to play this in the side. Looks like he's playing in the side. Oh no. Oh, he's caught the 9 with it. Drama. And do you know what, folks? I think that's come out and left Phil an 8. It's not quite straight. I think he's just above the pocket line. So following forward, he's going to take the cue ball to the right-hand long rail. He's looking at it now. That's where the cue ball is going to end up, and he's going to have a bank shot on the 9. So you could try and force this 8, but it's tough. And if you force forward, I think you're still going to be somewhere near the middle of that section of the right-hand long rail. So like where the middle diamond is on it. From where I'm sitting, that's what it looks like. So what's he going to do? He powered it. And that's the thing, when you power it, you do lose a bit of accuracy. He's got a very good cue ball, however. That's not a bad leave at all. Not a bad leave. So what do you do here? I think I'd be playing this in the bottom right-hand corner. It's natural shape. You're just going to... The thing is, you're playing it pretty much pocket weight. You can play a little bit harder than pocket weight, so there's a chance of the 8 moving away from the pocket if you miss. But then the cue ball's probably got to finish close to the bottom short rail, so... He's played it pocket weight. He's dropped it in. And that is a very bold shot. It's the correct shot to play and the right way to play it, because now he's just got a stop shot. 9-ball for the win. This is when you want your stroke to come good. Adjusting his glasses, getting himself set. There it is, folks. There it is. That's a nice shot. Well done, man. Well done.